For marketing leaders to manage their team's work effectively, they need to proactively plan for the upcoming year while also triaging unexpected work that comes into their realm. We can think about our marketing org's capacity as a large glass jar. We can fill that jar with two types of marketing work. The first is proactive work. This is the work related to major goals and strategic initiatives that get prioritized during regular planning cycles. Let's think of these as rocks, big chunks of work that will get us closer to reaching the outcomes we care about. Round-the-clock reactive work is the second. These are the new ideas and requests that happen day in, day out, outside of the planning cycle. These new pieces of work are like sand. There's room in the jar for some of it, but it has a shifty way of creeping in. If we're not careful, it could flow over the brim. Additionally, if we fill the jar up with sand first, there won't be any space for large rocks. As marketing leaders, it's up to us to triage the work for our team. We have to determine what rocks and sand go into the jar, what stays out, and prevent the jar from overflowing. No easy feat. For instance, imagine yourself in this scenario. You're in a meeting, and an exec says to you, "Everyone's talking about this new channel. Can we get it set up and running for our product?" Then an employee slacks you. "I have a great idea for a promotional email campaign for the upcoming holiday. Is this something your team could take on?" Then there's the urgent call you get from the product manager. "Our website is down. We need to let customers know how they can access their accounts now." And the not-so-subtle text from your CEO. "I think this new feature could really accelerate growth. Can you get something set up to educate customers about the launch?" Every team needs to do proactive work planning. But, as you can see, marketing in particular gets tons of ad hoc requests, with varying degrees of quality and urgency flooding in from all over the organization. Stephanie says, "As you move up, the number of stakeholders you work with and places new ideas come from will multiply. It can feel like you're spending half your time responding to new requests." On any given day, marketing leaders must make choices about which work their team will take on and which work they will not. The struggle is choosing the right work to fill up the jar. To illustrate, let's start by looking at proactive work. When it comes to proactive work planning, OKRs can be a powerful prioritization tool. At their best, OKRs directly determine your team's priorities. They anchor your team to the outcomes you want to achieve and the methods to achieve them. They enable you not only to set up work priorities, but to refine them over time. However, the use of OKRs by marketing leaders is wildly inconsistent. So much so that their utility as a framework is heavily debated. There is a huge difference between teams that use them well and teams that don't. For those that don't, OKRs are just an exercise. Your team might go through the motions of defining them, but find that they're totally disconnected from the reality of what your team is working on, as well as from how you define success. Marketing leaders who don't know how to effectively connect OKRs to their team will struggle to effectively plan out the work their team should be prioritizing. Then there are the struggles that come with making choices for round-the-clock reactive work, which can be very difficult to triage. By definition, these requests get made around the clock, so it's only natural that they are reacted to. But without a clear methodology to triage the work as it pours in, marketing leaders are at the whims of fire drills, new ideas, and ad hoc requests that come in from all over the company. Taking on too much reactive work can prevent the team from achieving their proactive OKR-related work. Stephanie laments, "It can be difficult to say no to new ideas." But imagine how demoralizing it is for your team if they're treated like a service center rather than world-class marketing professionals. In this section, we'll introduce frameworks to help you effectively and proactively manage marketing work. We'll start with the rocks, or proactive work, by talking about how to use OKRs. This is a common goal-setting framework that you probably already know about. But in this section, we'll focus specifically on avoiding common pitfalls that prevent marketing leaders from effectively harnessing OKRs to inform work prioritization. We're focusing on OKRs because this is what many companies and marketing orgs already use. However, if your company or team uses something else, that's okay. You can apply these principles to whichever goal-setting framework you use today. Next, we'll shift our attention to reactive work planning, specifically how to triage inbound requests. We'll introduce a set of buckets that marketing leaders can use in real time to categorize different types of new marketing work. This will enable them to protect their team's capacity for the most important work while filtering out the distractions. Last, we'll share some guidance to help you navigate the world of urgent requests. In particular, we'll look at how to vet whether something really is urgent or not. By the end of this section, you'll have a set of tools at your disposal to help your team stay on track.